Good afternoon, folks. Mike Wells, your World Explorer. Today is July the 10th, 2022, and we're looking at our 5 control groups in regards to fighting the vine borers. Now, what you're seeing here is basically bare minimum success ratio, and the reason why is because we were invaded by root knot nematodes in pretty much all of the control groups. So we have a separate control area set up to where we're trying different methods for fighting the root knot nematodes, and we're finding some success. At least that's what I think for right now. We'll be releasing videos on that coming up here in the next few weeks. So basically here on the left, we used DE powder, okay? We were trying to focus on the vine borer, but you can't focus on one unless you first focus on the other, and that's what we've learned. So basically all these got attacked under the soil. So this is an inconclusive experiment at this time. The only one that really had any kind of significant success was the one where we used the Gamma-cyhalothrin insecticide. It's basically the brand that we used was Spectracide Bug Stop. And what has been happening with this is we applied the Spectracide Bug Stop onto the leaves and onto the stems, and anytime the vine borer or a squash bug or one of those loopworm bugs got onto the squash plant, it died because it came into contact with the Gamma-cyhalothrin. What you're looking at here, though, that looks absolutely like root knot nematode infestation into the roots, because there's no reason for these to be dying like this. If you see one, let's take a look at the one, right? So this looks already, yeah, this looks like it was affected. Let's take and pull this one and see what we got while it's still alive. Yeah, there is no question that they are being invaded by the root knot nematodes. So that's a real disappointing circumstance to have to come to terms with, because we were excited about this particular experiment. But you know what, in gardening you will face these types of adversities. I mean, you're going to be invaded by all kinds of pests. You just, going into this, I never could have imagined the uphill battle I was facing to try and get control of the pests, the soil quality, you name it. There's all kinds of reasons. The placement in the yard. Any one little detail is off, you're going to have troubles growing any kind of crops. So let's take a look at this control over here. We still have some surviving, 2 of them. So these cups, we could say that the cups are working to some degree. We haven't sprayed these guys with any kind of insecticide whatsoever. They've only ever gotten watered. And so the cups seem to be working against the vine borer, which is odd in my opinion, but hey, I'll take it. Now we were using, over here we were using Elmer's glue with water. Now let's look at this guy. This one doesn't seem to have been affected so strongly by the root knot nematode, but you can still see they're present. You can still see that. Let's look closer. So yeah, there's that. And it's pulling, pretty much all of these guys are, they're done. I may go ahead and, this area is already prepped as far as the soil goes. I may do like a special treatment in the soil to try and mitigate the root knot nematode out of this location and get them gone. Because like I said, we're trying some other experiments, some other controls to fight the root knot nematode, and we're having some noticeable success. There's definitely a noticeable difference. So yeah, these guys, they're all dead from the root knot nematode, and this control was basically soap and water. That's it. Dawn dish soap, 2 drops per 1.5 pints. Let's go take a look at a separate setup that we have where it's basically just organic. So let me show you. Now, I was reading that if you have really good organic soil, you won't have to worry about the root knot nematode at all because of the organisms that are alive in the soil. But here we can see that yeah, the root knot nematode is definitely having its way. Look at this guy. He's still got some liveliness, but dang, boy, does that hold untrue here in my yard. Because this is the soil here now is pretty organic. It's a lasagna layer, so it's got 2 inch of leaves, inch of sand, 2 inch of leaves, sand, and then leaves. So I mean, if they're able to, get this badly infested into this organic soil, then I think that theory is definitely off the table. But if you look in here, these guys are starting to look a little poor. Okay, they were fighting off the loopworms, so I started to spray them with some Gamacite halothrin. That's been working. But you see the edges are starting to take on, the plants at the edges are starting to take on some characteristics that would indicate that the root knot nematode is moving inward from the outside. But, in the meantime, we still have some squash, some yellow squash, and, that's cool. That is really cool, and it is starting to rain. We've been needing some rain. So, anyhow, folks, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe as they help the channel grow, and stay tuned as I'll keep you updated on the progress of our other nematode fighting control groups. Have a good day.